see yourself as an individual? Do you think you're charismatic, or do you think you have a kind of like magnetic pull to yourself?
Uh, well, I don't really believe that people are born with stuff like that aren't physical. I'm more of a this social studies. So I I believe that we develop um, skills and habits because because we reflect what we gather from society and the people we live with. So I don't believe that any characteristics are built in and born with people. So yeah, we develop them essentially, but then um, of course, and because of the relationships we build, and I don't know, the things we gathered in our childhood and stuff, um, people um, absorb things differently. Like you can have siblings that are completely different because they're um, I don't know, they the way they related to stuff happened differently. Although they lived in the same house, had the same family, blah blah blah, went to the same school, blah blah blah. But again, I do believe that we can develop skills and get better at them. And again, so there are people that have it more naturally
Hmm.
because it's part of the way they reflected that experiences and the things they learned through life. But you can still learn it. Not that you will be the best in it, but you can go pass. So
Right. So if it's nature versus nurture, you're more of a nurture person, I think.
yeah, sure.
All right, cool. So how would you, what's a person you would rate charismatic? Is there anybody from your personal life or a famous figure that you think, yeah, I'd consider this person charismatic?
Wow, I have a cousin. He's really charismatic, like in all kind of relations, family wise, friend wise, work wise.
Okay. And do you think, you have natural kind of, rapport building skills, natural charisma? Do you think you've had to work on it through time?
No, I think I have good charisma skills, but I have a lower social battery, so there are times that I need to force myself
Yes.
in being more charismatic. It's not it isn't something that happens at all times. When I'm tired or stressed out, I will probably not be that nice and charismatic with the people that I know. The people I don't know, I'll still uh, be. So that's that's bad.
Got it. All right. So we're gonna, see some of the foundations of kind of building rapport. Can you check the text and read paragraph one for me?
Mhm. Mm. The art of building instant rapport. Paragraph one, the foundation. The ability to establish rapport within minutes of meeting someone isn't magic, it's science. Behavior, behavioral psychologists have discovered that charismatic individuals unconsciously follow specific patterns that trigger positive responses in others. These patterns activate what researchers call friendship formulas, psychological shortcuts that make people feel comfortable and valued. The most successful professionals, from FBI negotiators to top salespeople, have mastered these techniques not through natural talent, but through deliberate practice and understanding of human psychology.
Okay, cool. So this is kind of based on a book by a guy from the FBI, and they kind of talk about a lot of techniques to build rapport and stuff. It's pretty interesting. Can you read paragraph two?
Yeah, the power of proximity and frequency. One of the most powerful rapport building tools is something psychologists call the mere exposure effect. The more frequently we encounter someone, the more we tend to like them, provided those encounters are positive or neutral. Yeah. This explains why colleagues, yeah, I was just thinking about it, who initially seemed incompatible often become close friends over time. Smart communicators leverage this by creating multiple positive touch points, a friendly greeting, a genuine compliment, asking for a small favor. Each positive interaction builds upon the previous one, creating a foundation of familiarity and trust. And again, they go through the same bullshit every day, the same environment. So dealing with problems together, I think it's like the best report technique, report building technique.
Right, being through
Uh,
thick and thin together.
yeah, and I think there should be a comma like if they work well, because if you work with a colleague that doesn't deliver, you won't like them.
Yes, but do you think the exposure effect is real, or what do you think?
Yeah, I do. But
Do
again, not because you see someone every day, but maybe still because they're it's a kind of an instinct probably, right? Because it's someone you know, for example, because colleagues you have more than just seeing them, right? Because you have more in common than just a look. But me, for example, I live in this neighborhood. I've lived here for the past 5 to 6 years, I think. So since I have more like a morning routine that it's basically the same every day, I go out the same at the same time every day. I see the same people at the street every day. So you start smiling at them because you know them, but I don't know anything about. But they're usual. So this is there. It's kind of this I don't know, friendly feeling.
right? It'd be easier to become friends with them, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've seen the same phenomenon kind of in the gym. If you work out always at the same time, you see the same people, and you're kind of like, ah, what's up?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
Okay.
I don't like gym people, so
Why don't you like gym people? What's wrong with gym people?
I hate that place.
You
I
don't
I don't
fun?
like it. I hate the environment. I just go because I need to go, and so I don't. Not my
Has
kind
anyone
of.
ever come up to talk to you at the gym?
No.
I think it's weird. It should be an easier place to make friends, I think, but you don't talk to anyone, right? So okay.
Yeah.
All right, next paragraph.
Sorry. Three. Mirroring and synchronization. When two people are in rapport, they naturally begin to mirror each other's behavior, a phenomenon called behavioral synchrony. This includes matching speaking pace, adopting similar postures, and even breathing patterns. However, effective mirroring must be subtle and authentic. The goal isn't to become a mirror image, but to create a sense of similarity and understanding. Research shows that people who mirror appropriately are perceived as more likable, trustworthy, and persuasive. The key lies in observing carefully and adjusting gradually, never forcing or exaggerating the behavior. Mm.
Right? So I think this is kind of like tuning into a person's emotional state, right?
Have you seen that kind of memes and videos of couples growing old together and that they start looking alike?
I've always heard about this. Yes.
No,
Yes,
I
I have.
truly believe in it. That people start looking alike somehow.
Right. Because if one is always angry, then the other one's always going to be angry. And yeah, that's okay. Um, but ha have you ever used, do you think like techniques exist to,
Yeah, they sure exist. I
just,
don't use them that smart, uh, smart wise,
mhm,
but reading about it, I was just thinking that I probably do it unconsciously. Like
mhm.
at some point, I just don't have any more energy in discussing with my boss. It's like, okay, that's great. And you
Okay.
start it's not that I try to mirror her, but it's either because I don't want to get in a empty discussion, or because I start knowing and thinking in advance what she would say and criticize, so
Yeah.
I prepare it in advance, so you start being more alike, right? So you start mirroring someone. But there's something that isn't that good, because usually, at least in corporate world, people start mirroring one person which is in lead, right? And not the opposite. So
Yeah, I think it's something we can learn, right? Okay, paragraph 4, can you take a read for me?
the listening advantage, perhaps intuitively,
There you go.
charismatic people often speak less than others expect. Yeah. Instead, they master the art of making others feel heard through what psychologists call active constructive responding. This goes beyond simply nodding and saying yes. It involves asking thoughtful follow up questions, paraphrasing key points to show understanding, and responding with genuine enthusiasm to the speaker's experiences. When people feel truly listened to, they associate those positive feelings with the listener, creating an immediate sense of connection and rapport. Yeah,
Right.
I've
So I think
seen this happen.
I think people really want to feel like they're understood, right?
Yeah, sure.
But I think it might irritate people when you say, "I know exactly how you feel," and then the person's like, "No, you don't. You have no idea," right? But if you start to say, maybe, this might be irritating you because of this XYZ reason, and then the person kind of calms down, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you good at reading social cues, or are you more like a robot like me? I'm like Spock.
Um, what would be a social cue? Did you notice? Ah, yeah. I don't know if I'm good because it's sometimes I know, but I ignore it. But yeah, I do. I read in between lines. Um, there's a lot at work that I know way before other people just because I get it somehow
Mhm.
in the air. I see people, I see two people going for coffee and then calling someone else and then entering a room for a meeting that didn't really need to be in a meeting. So I start guessing. So yeah, but I
Right.
call it like gossip.
If you know your boss is mad, you're not going to ask her for anything.
No, I know when she's not feeling well. Like yesterday, we had a meeting. I saw she wasn't feeling well, but
Mhm.
there are sometimes that people don't want to be asked. So I saw she was really sad or
Mhm.
tired. I couldn't tell. So I just asked at the end, like, is everything okay? Can I help you with something? I'm seeing you're not okay. And today she wrote me saying she's out for a few medical exams. She isn't feeling well. She's really preoccupied. So I couldn't tell if it was work or personal yesterday, but somehow I got it right. Yeah.
You got the radar.
Yeah.
Do you believe that the radar to tell if a person is straight or gay, does that really exist, or is that just a joke in contemporary culture? They call it the gator. I think that's really funny. What do you think? Hello?
Do you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Well, if I when I know people and I see them,
Uh,
I can tell. And there's been a bunch of people that they said they were straight by the time, and many years ago, many years afterwards, they came out, and I was like, I told you.
that's so funny. I think that's a female skill. That's like skill women have.
Yeah,
Okay.
could be.
All right. Let's go down here to some expressions. Section 8. Can you go down to number 8?
Mhm. Questions? No, section 8, right? 6, 7, 8. Um, common expressions for building rapport. Complete expression using the words provided in the box. Mhm. Um, okay, I'll start from 2 on because I'm not sure about number 1. So I think we're on the same 2. No, on the same, yeah, tune about this project. There was instant
Actually, I think number 2 is a different one. It's close, but it's quite
a
not.
vibe,
Yeah, number 2 is not tune.
but is it vibe?
No, so think
It's
about a
still
radio.
a radio
Yeah,
wavelength.
yeah, there you go.
Mm. Um, so there was instant chemistry between team members.
Yeah, this is in chemistry.
She's great at breaking the ice in awkward situations. We need someone, we need to find some uh, common ground to build on. I'm trying to get a. I'm trying to get a click
So think about
there.
energy.
Energy. Then it's tune.
No.
Energy. A vibe.
Yeah.
Oh. His presentation helped bridge the gap between departments, and they are completely uh, with it in tune with each other's ideas, and we really seem to click from the moment we met. Yeah.
Right. Very good. So just try to use it contextually. Do you think there's certain kind of people you're more prone to have good chemistry with that you find that you have an instant click with them? If there's, do you have a tribe? Who would they be?
Yeah. I'm more of the person that either clicks with someone
Hmm.
at the time we meet, like in the first encounter, or it takes long.
Okay.
I I have something that I really know the type of people that I love,
Mm-hmm.
that I'm really passionate about from the time I meet them, the people that I'm okay with, and I have this great radar for people I should be careful with, like strange,
Mm-hmm.
um, I don't know, people like I shouldn't trust, or I should be, I don't know, I should pay attention to.
Okay, gotcha. Um, for a group of people, I like to nominate surfers because they're so useless and kind of chill, right? You could just they're I think surfers are a good group. You didn't say like a group of people like I like artistic people or I like intellectuals, right? But
Well, because people can be nice being whatever
whoever,
they are.
I don't know. I don't know. Like,
I'm more of the, I don't know, the personality, the way people behave. There's something that it's really important to me, that it's the way people treat others that
mhm,
aren't friends. Like, you go out, you're in a bar or a restaurant, and there's someone serving you. So the way people treat them, this is something like crucial to me.
mhm.
Um, yeah.
Right, treat people well. Gotcha.
Hmm.
Okay. All right. So go up to number four. I just want to use the vocabulary a little bit with you. All right. So
Section 4.
yeah,
Okay.
do you feel that you ever have to use strategic vulnerability, or do you think strategic vulnerability is useful? Do you think opening up kind of to people is important, or showing a little bit of weakness? Because for men, it's very taboo, and they're kind of like always keep a straight face, a strong brow. What's it like for you?
I don't like the word strategic,
Hmm.
because I think it reminds me, it brings me somehow to manipulation.
Okay.
But I do think that sharing vulnerability is important. Like, even in all kinds of relationships, even at work. So when I started working, like 10 years ago or more, I had this idea that personal life and professional life, they would be completely separate from another. Um, I don't know. My father is really how can I say that? He's really functional and it doesn't really show up emotions. And he was always like, "No, you shouldn't mix stuff. People don't really need to know anything about you." And then I started working, and I had many nice people working with me, and that they shared like, "I'm not okay today. This isn't a good week for me." So and I started noticing that this really connects people, because if you don't know why someone is underperforming, or even if they don't underperform, but they aren't that nice that specific day, you s- you only you have we tend to believe that it's something um specific towards us, right? So
Mhm.
she's mad at me, she doesn't like me, or I don't know. So when you start understanding and in a bigger environment, although we don't really need much details, but it's okay to say it's not a good week, I'm not feeling well, I'm distracted. Everyone has these types of days, right? So I think it's important to share it with people, not using this as excuses, but as a point of connection. But I don't like the word strategic, although probably many people think about it and use it strategically. But
Mhm.
I haven't. I think I haven't.
Right. Yeah,
But
I
I
think
do say I'm sorry about last week. I'm sorry about our last meeting. I wasn't feeling well. I was really distracted. So I do say stuff like that.
right, of course. Yeah, I think you have a different kind of view maybe because you have to kind of manage people, I guess, and kind of dig into their emotions a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, and we come up to this point when we need to ask, is everything okay? What's going on? Please explain me what's happening.
Yeah, but
Uh,
has that ever been a problem for you? Like you're fine, but a person comes up to you, it's like, "Are you okay?" You're like, "Yeah, I am. Why wouldn't I be?" Right? Has that ever happened to you?
yeah,
You
it
know,
happened,
it happened.
but I never think it's out of the blue.
Hmm.
I'm probably I probably did something, or even unconsciously I had I did something. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Because
Let's just.
sometimes it's just because you like someone else more. Like
Mhm.
we have our favorites, right? Okay, I love this one and she's great. So even with people that work together and people we manage, um, there are identifications that go beyond. So it's something that's at sometimes people notice it. So
Yeah,
it's not nice. It can be bad.
sure. All right, let's go to number five. We're just gonna do some mixed conditionals and a review. So we're just gonna use, the past first and then say a present result. So for example, if I had learned these techniques earlier, I would be more confident now. Just try to use kind of would and the past. Can you try doing number one for me?
Sorry. If more people had understood the mere exposure effect, they wouldn't um, they wouldn't have given up so quickly on building professional relationships.
Right, perfect.
Yeah.
Number two.
If I if I had if I were better at mirroring, I wouldn't have struggled so much in that client meeting last week. Yeah.
Okay.
Um, if she had practiced active listening techniques, she she would she would have better rapport with her team right now. Yeah, I should listen more as well.
Okay. All right. To finish off, I just want one paragraph because there's this very unique technique, and maybe you can think about trying it. So it's number three, paragraph one. Can you just give it a quick read?
Number three, Benjamin Franklin effect. One of the most counterintuitive report building techniques involves asking for small favors rather than doing them. Named after Benjamin Franklin, why? This psychological phenomenon occurs because when someone does you a favor, they subconsciously justify their action by deciding they must like you. Oh. Franklin discovered this when he asked a political rival to lend him a rare book. The rival complied, and their relationship transformed from hostility to friendship. Modern research confirms that people who perform small favors for others often develop more positive feelings towards them, as they minds as the mind seeks consistency between actions and attitudes. Wow, that's really interesting. I
Right. So do
should
you think
start.
you might go up to a person you don't like, ask them for a small little favor, and maybe transform that relationship?
I I do it again, but I didn't realize it. Not people that I don't like, but for example, again at work, there are always that there are always that this people, person, the colleagues that they aren't really proactive, right? They're like, oh, okay, I don't want to do it. They don't say they don't want to do it, but you see, you notice it. Uh, so I just completely ignore what I'm seeing, and I start being like really nice, and
Okay.
I tend to um, over um, over draw, I don't know, their job. Like I maximize the work they're doing, like as if it was really important and big, and start giving them compliments like this is really important, it will get a really important result, so this is only you can do it. So I start complimenting people, and afterwards, I always share compliments with them, and I thank them a lot, even though it's their job. So when they
Okay.
start feeling that they did something nice for me, they start liking us and being friendly and more helpful. So this is something that I do a lot.
Nice. It's some
If
positive.
someone isn't nice, I'm even nicer because they start feeling bad about being a jerk, right?
Kill them with kindness. That's kind of the technique.
Yeah, it's kind of my technique. Yeah.
All right. Okay. I just shared a final list with you there. If you want to check, there's like a list of books. There's actually some more
Mm,
stuff, right? It's
nice.
completely optional, but it always helps to kind of read anything more complex, right? So there's kind of a big list here, and
I have
I'm gonna
it.
share a file with you on WhatsApp.
Okay.
So if you want to download any of these and take a read, you know, that's feel free to do so. All right,
Okay. Thank you.
all right. Take it easy, Julia. Have a good week. All right.
You too. See you next week. Bye.
All right. See you. Bye bye.